Welcome to Bedroom Sessions.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Jah Mir Early, and I'm pretending to play guitar. And if this comes with graphics, it'll say Jah Mir. Jah Mir.
Yeah, my name's Craig. I'm here. You see me playing guitar on Bedroom Sessions. I'm also the T-boy.
What's the T-boy? Oh, Cha.
Yeah, Cha.
Cha.
Oh. I was really excited when you came on because this was all improvised, by the way.
I am improv poet. Yeah.
And that's the exciting thing for me. Bedroom Sessions was founded on a sort of element of jamming together, and this one it put me on edge again because you wanted that quick turnaround. You know, you said I'm not available in 2 weeks, and I thought, well, let's get it done. And then all the kind of wanting to get everything perfect went out the window, and it was either today or let's see how it goes. How did you feel about coming to a random stranger's bedroom to do some poetry today?
Well, I really enjoyed it. Not enough in London, not enough with the arts or people getting together and doing this. I think, as we were talking about before, is like you want to do your thing because it is your thing. And not that you shouldn't get paid for your thing or shouldn't make your way through your thing, but not enough of it is just coherent people getting together. You create a jam community, like in London, before the plague hit, there was a jam community and it was building, even with the loss of all these venues. And what you get is artists being able to fulfill themselves, because that is part of what it is. It's like, how do I put it? A furniture maker who, for some reason, the town gets blown away, you end up working in a pea factory, would still love the ability to make furniture if that's their passion.
Yeah.
And the ways of living in the city and the ways of being, not all your art is going to be commercially available for 45-year-olds who want to be 20-year-olds who are being programmed from being 13. But the music that they listen to is all infused and influenced by this collective organism of artists and musicians. And if you don't have that going on, then you don't hear that on the radio and the mainstream. And it also just, honestly, it makes people happy. It makes them lighter. It makes them clearer and cleaner. I mean, you're a musician and an actor, and so you know that a lot of it is producing a experience for others to be whole in that. That's a very amorphous and very, very, dreamlike thing. To make that in any way solidified, you have to have a community of other creators, other dreamers. Reflection, which then makes that something that's unbreakable, and it produces more. It goes out in the world, like an echo. It's one of the reasons I like improv poetry. One of the reasons I really enjoyed this experience, and I feel growth within just the day of us going over it, is because it's organic and it seems like how it should be. So thank you for that, for allowing me to participate in something that feels like how it should be.
No, thank you. Yeah. I think there's not. I completely agree. There's not enough sort of jamming going on in the world.
Not enough jamming. More jamming. I'm not saying it'll cure all the world's ills, but you'll find that if you play music with people, consume food with them, and travel to and from places to do that, that then when you look at your politics, your religious beliefs, your racial beliefs, or your social beliefs, you'll have to put those up against all the people you've really enjoyed being with, making something. And those things will change. And we're discussing, after the bedroom sessions, we've just recorded an improv song. We started with the outline of Howling Wolf's Red Rooster.
Yep.
We met up, an hour beforehand. I was late because I'm riding my bike in a Corvus environment. I don't get on any ground. And we were talking about the song, and while I was on my way riding over here, I'd misheard the song. So I thought the opening line was Red Rooster calling out for crows for days. And then we built kind of from there the concept of, well, I don't really like big words, but of the transformation of that kind of music, the transformation of rock and roll, rhythm and blues. I don't mean the rhythm and blues section that they put on later in life at like music awards so that black people can do rock and roll too. The rhythm and blues roots and how those have been kind of transformed and co-opted, and the idea of well, here's the story I told you because I had it was like, that's interesting. I didn't know the Red Rooster was calling out for Crows for Days. It just brought up. I work in education. I was working with some teenage youth in a disadvantaged part of England, specifically London. And being American and being black, one of the things, if there are any black Americans who've ever been to England, you see that in a more homogenized racial system, that poverty, the bottom latch of poverty, tends to look like exactly what the top latch of wealth looks like, which is interesting because they don't have the control mechanism of you're inherently this, but they still use the words you're inherently this, which makes interesting complications and social connections. Because if anybody's been born since, I don't know, 1985, anybody's been born since 1985, connects with hip hop as the struggle against like the system and organized poverty and organized inner city trapping. They call it trapping now. They called it ghettoization when I was a kid. But we were talking about that and how I was working at the school and how this one white kid said to me, "Sir, do you have a passport?" And I said, "Of course I have a passport. How do you think I had gotten to this country?" And he goes, "Do you have a British passport?" And I said, "Careful," because I knew where he was going. And then he said, "Sir, have you seen your nose?" Which I guess he would assume, since my nose is a different size than his, I should be able to see it from this side, which I couldn't. But I stood not too far from him, definitely not too close. And I explained to him that if he wanted Sir to go, if he wanted the crow to fly away, that I would. But I would also take all the language, all the clothing, and all the music that he was listening to. And I basically said, if Sir leaves and he takes all this hip-hop music and these bouncy, bouncy clothes, I use the words bouncy, bouncy clothes, and goes away, then who will you be? And that's an interesting thing. We talk so much about race and connectivity and structure and what is co-opted, but we never admit that it is a lean on. What is society without the crow? Without the free bird? You can always replace a chicken. A rooster, when he gets old, goes in the same stew pots the chickens go in. And a crow lives a more complex life. And that's just kind of how it evolved.
I was very impressed with your process upstairs. We're having a tea upstairs and just throwing concepts around. And Jah Mir goes into his world, coming up with these ideas, throwing ideas back and forwards, and we've had a nice chat all afternoon. How do people follow you if you want to be followed? Do you want to be followed?
I do want to be followed. I don't really care about being like famous, but I would like to do this forever, make some money from it, and grow old doing it. I doubt that'll happen. But if you're interested, I'm Tucson Early on Instagram. I'm Jah Mir Early on Facebook. I'm also Jah Mir on Facebook. That's my poetry page, but I don't post anything on that. I post everything on my YouTube, which is Jah Mir Early. Also, you can find it under Tucson Early. So yeah, just either type in Jah Mir Early or Tucson Early, and you'll get my Instagram or my Facebook. Yeah, I'm really good at this advertising myself.
This is the first interview we've done. You've done well. I don't want to get in front and talk, but I think you're doing a stand-up job.
Now, is this copper? I have to ask this question: is this copper piping, or is this a shotgun shell from like the First War?
Yeah, I'm going to say shotgun shell. It sounds good. No, it's from some guitar shop.
Yeah.
I don't know. If anyone wants to send me a slider, feel free.
If anyone's interested in any kind of poetry or collaboration, please get in touch and let me know.
More importantly.
Well, no, not more, both. Because
I've got a slider.
Definitely send this guy sliders. Like, make that the thing when there's an interview that you really like or a song that you really liked. Send him a slider. In fact, if we can convince them, and you're now watching this not just on Instagram but on YouTube, for Patreon, for $5 to be like, woo! You can send him a slider. Yeah. I also like White Castle hamburgers. I live in England, so if you can get me any White Castle hamburgers.
Hamburgers.
To England, I love that.
Is this how the internet works? Do you just ask for stuff in it?
I don't know. I mean, there was a point where people were like, "Oh, I really think you're hilarious and cool, and I don't really want to know you or be connected to you, but I'll throw you some stuff to do your thing." And now it's like more complex. You have to be a whole person digitally. I didn't think that was the point of YouTube. I thought it was put something stupid or cool. But
we'll see.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for coming on. I really appreciate it.
We will be washing our hands later.
Yeah, I've got sanitizer somewhere.
Yeah, as the Blur Without Fear says, wash your damn hands.
It's been really nice. Obviously, we haven't done many bedroom sessions because of lockdown. And it is about collaborating. So we haven't gone on Zoom to do this because, it is what it is. In the meantime, hope everybody's well as well. Stay well and enjoy yourselves.
Be well.